Good afternoon. Thank you for having me and letting me speak. Before I dive into discussion, I want to sure we're all on the same page. I'm out here to give financial advice. It's not something I do. I'm also here not to downplay the risks presented with crypto and the DeFi industries, nor discuss the state of the regulation facing the industries. I look to my legal team for that information. Pretty sure you all have accountants or should find accountants and lawyers to consult on such matters. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, I'm here to speak on how DeFi can enable entrepreneurship. So I always like to share knowledge first before diving into the long-term vision of SafeMoon. So what is DeFi? DeFi is more of an umbrella term for financial services on public blockchains. And I'd actually like to broaden this topic a little bit and talk about the applications of blockchain technology for small businesses and startups. I think there's a really clear opportunity and good opportunity to unleash a new wave of entrepreneurship in this world and across the globe. I've had this experience myself with founding SafeMoon as a blockchain technology company. But blockchain is not just for tech companies, as we've heard today. So what can blockchain do to help empower startups and small businesses? Well, first off, it can help reduce your operating costs by eliminating intermediaries such as bank, money transfers, operators, server costs, etc. It also can help increase your overall business efficiency through the clever deployments of smart contracts to automate a lot of your items. Building stuff on blockchain also increases the security aspect of your products and services. The cryptography on blockchain is generally a lot more secure than what is traditionally available on the market. It also provides clear transparency to your user base on what's going on, what you're building. So people within my community, within our followers, they can actually see us working in the back end, building out our next generation of products. And there's also a huge opportunity to start hosting websites and applications, also known as decentralized applications, on the blockchain, and that severely reduces your overall hosting costs, which some companies spend a lot of budget on. Now, the blockchain industry is a market currently has a growth rate of, people estimate a growth rate of 88% by 2030. Everything is going into the direction of blockchain and digital assets. We're seeing a number of governments, specifically in Europe with MiCA and the UK with some of what the FCA is putting out, kind of beginning to adopt and welcome the blockchain industry and crypto industry. Like all other forms of technology, to include computers, we're going to see businesses begin adopting this more and more at a more rapid pace than before, and see massive growth with it. So kind of diving into SafeMoon's long-term mission and how we've applied some of these concepts with DeFi in our small business and our startup. So we took a lot of these philosophies, and it ultimately stemmed from, the long-term vision stemmed from my stint in Afghanistan. I spent 6 years in the military. I was an analyst by trade. I served with 19 Special Forces Group for 6 years, where I took on a variety of different tasks, actually outside of the analytical realm. But as an analyst, one thing they teach you is be a learner. You're a steward of knowledge, and that's what the teams relied on you for. And so, being in a war zone, I still had a lot of time to think, and we're getting shelled one day, and I'm just trying to think of like what has led to this situation. Ultimately, take out the economics of it, take out the politics of it. What is the core problem here? And the thesis that I came up with was a lack of knowledge and education in the region. If they understood what they were doing or why they were doing what they were doing, maybe we could actually come to a legitimate negotiating table. So in order to do that, you need a next generation infrastructure to enable transparent, censor-free communications between organizations and between different groups of people that traditionally don't exist in parts of the world like Afghanistan. So that led to what we call internally is the Phoenix project. What is Phoenix? It's the combination of blockchain, a new type of encryption that puts the control of your data back into the hands of the data creator, you, the person, and a new type of hardware, specifically in the antenna space. Combining all of those three and deploying all those three, we believe will connect the next entrepreneurs, the next business owners, and the next problem solvers to handle a lot of the complicated things that we see across the globe. So with this innovation, SafeMoon has always been about like this impactful, and the core crux of the issue that we saw was this lack of connectivity. If you go to places like West Africa, you have 3G signal, and 3G signal is not strong enough, or it doesn't have a quick enough download rate in order to facilitate participation in the AI revolutions that Michael spoke about, in the metaverse that Russ spoke about, and there will be a lot of people left behind. And while that might not seem like a necessarily terrible thing, what we're also leaving behind is a large majority of ideas, solutions, problem solvers, and a new type of thinking that we wouldn't otherwise have access to. You have no idea what people are thinking about, what innovations come from, parts of the globe or new innovators in this space. And so, I mean, that's what SafeMoon set out to do. Our long-term goal is to deploy this Phoenix system in areas where we can connect people, creators, and problem solvers to the rest of the globe.